Hi everyone, and welcome to your weekly Pick a Card Tarot readings for the week of December 2nd. If we haven't met, my name is Sydney, I'm the tarot guy next door, and I use my occult knowledge and intuition to help guide you towards the life you want. If you have a question you want to ask the cards, you'll find information on how to get a private reading below. And if you want to learn how to read the cards, you'll find information on my tarot course below. I'll be doing 5-card open readings, and here are the decks that I have for you. We have the Universal Rider-Waite-Smith with Aquamarine, the new Palladini Tarot with Red Jasper, and the Tarot of Symbolic Worth with Citron. We also have 4 different oracle cards to choose from 4 different decks. So go ahead and pick which tarot deck and which oracle card resonate with you the most. It's totally fine if you're drawn to more than one. And as always, you can pause this video if you need more time. As always with collective readings, take what resonates with you and leave aside what doesn't. If you want to jump straight to your reading, you'll find timestamps below. And with that, let's go right to the readings. Alright, Group 1, let's see what we have for you for this week. Okay, don't panic. Told you not to panic. There we go. Okay. The 8 of coins at the bottom of the deck, presumably on screen. Yeah, it is. Should give you a big clue. At the very least, it's going to give you a clue as to how I'm about to read it, because I'm kind of brainwashing myself into reading it that way. So, yeah. Let's see. This should be good. We do that like that. Beautiful. I'll see you right now. Group 1, I have no idea how long I'm going to stretch this out because I actually have very little to say. Obviously, the 8 of coins did play a lot into this, but the reason why I have so little to say in your reading is because I have the perfect metaphor for this. If you're ever familiar with that storytelling circle where there's, you know, the normal and then a call to adventure and then all that shit, it's a big circle, and then at some point you go to the abyss and then you kind of abandon a part of yourself. And then this cross here is the part where the hero begins the journey back to hometown with the lesson that they learned after abandoning a piece of themselves into the abyss. And that sums up everything so perfectly, it's very difficult for me to add anything else. What I would like to point out to is that the regulator, so to speak, because usually what I love so much about this spread is that it's open, and the middle card here I'm reading more as the mediator between all these different factors, you know, between the rest and recuperation, the desolation and lack, the opportunity, the wise allocation of your resources. It's all about figuring out what you want and trusting your heart to know what this Ace of Coins is. I think that as long as you trust yourself to know what this ace is and to slowly but surely march your way towards it, you should be good. If you like this reading, please give this video a like, and you can use the timestamps in the description below to jump to your oracle card reading. I'll see you there. All right, Group 2, let's see what we have for you for this week. Okay. Don't panic. That's Temperance, yeah. 3 of Cups reverse. A lot of reverse cards. I'll repeat to not panic. Yeah, that'll do. I will stare at these cards, and I will see you right now. Group 2, I'm glad I took the time to think about this a little longer than I thought was necessary before unpausing, because first of all, the fact that this line is reversed, and also the fact that the dominant element in this is air, sword, 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 sword. the theme of dissolution of alliances is very strong here. However, the reason why I'm glad to have taken the extra time is that shortly before unpausing, I realized it might not necessarily be a permanent dissolution, but it's obvious that the only two upright cards in the entire thing are going away from the reversed group of friends here in the middle of everything. So it's kind of like a group of people figuring out how to deal with a stressful situation, trying to find the balance, and agreeing to disagree is kind of the cheap way to describe it, but a kind of moment of, okay, fine, you do what you're gonna do, I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do, and let's all go figure out what this Ace of Swords is. And it was in that metaphor, following that along, that I realized that maybe once everyone believes that they've found what the Ace of Swords is, hopefully it would be the same sword, but even if it's not, I could probably see some plus value to that. But to come back and reconvene and compare notes, So for some of you, it might be an invitation to, make a clean break. For others, it might be an invitation to do, when you're, I'm assuming the person watching this has been in enough Zoom calls where you have had breakout rooms, where people go off into their tiny little rooms and they're like 2 or 3 people per room. And then once the breakout session is over, then everyone comes back into the big Zoom call, So it could be something like that. Or for some of you, it could be to disconnect from the Zoom call and just go do something else entirely. Obviously, this is a collective reading. I don't think it matters who the Knight of Swords and the Page of Swords is, but just to help you clarify, in case you're one of these people, the Knight of Swords is very dynamic and very dynamic and fast energy, whereas the Page of Swords is slower. Also, there's levels of agency. The Page is the most junior member of the court, whereas the Knight is just a bit senior to that. So hopefully that can help clarify which one of these two you are, if you are one of these. Remember, we all have the entire deck inside of us. Most of y'all are not men, so I just wanted to point that out. But yeah, whether you reconvene or whether you make a clean break, I think that the thing that will help you find the balance is to really go about it your own way, I'm trying to not make a MGTOW joke, but going your own way kind of reminded me of that. So I guess the illusion that I just made, will be enough. So if you liked your reading, please give this video a like, and you can use the timestamps in the description below to jump to your Oracle card reading. I'll see you there. All right, last but not least, group 3. Let's see what we have for you for this week. Pyramid placement is pretty good, so, wow. Okay, 6 of coins at the bottom of the deck. This should be pretty good. A little crooked, like that should be better. Boom. I'm not even gonna look at the viewfinder again. That should be good. Ooh yeah, all right, I'll see you right now. Group 3, I would say this week, just to pick a random example, it's looking like this week would be a good week for like fact-finding and research and that kind of thing. The thing that leapt out to me immediately is that the only cards that are not aces are even. And also the heavy influence of the number 4, because 8 is 2 times 4, right? And even in these representations of the eights, we have 4 going this way, 4 going that way in both of these cards, and we have a literal 4 in the middle of everything. So what I would say is whatever you do to either unearth or capitalize or try to clarify whatever opportunities are around for you. The only risk to be mindful of is overextending yourself. I think that the structure of the 4, which is A, literal in the middle of everything, and B, heavily implied with the, because I say this a lot when I read Marseille's type decks, the 8 is like a double 4. It's a 4 built on top of another 4. So the stability and movement, but still structured, is very heavy here. And I like that the balance and the balance, I really like the good vibes of the 6 of coins is what I'm trying to say. I don't feel like pausing to find better words. So all in all, it's looking like a good week. Whether you choose to pursue the Ace of Coins or the Ace of Swords, or whether you're trying to figure out how to balance the two or integrate the two, I would say that as long as you have a solid foundation and that you never, well, not never, but that you don't venture too far out from your foundation, you should be good. I don't know why I was reminded of this, but there was this time where I was at some kind of resort, whatever, and I was walking in the woods that the resort was in, and I crossed a group of people who were also there. I chose to walk on my own like a true Aquarius, and the guide who was accompanying that group told me, hey, the sun is setting in about 30 minutes, so set yourself a 15-minute timer, and when it goes off, turn around and start walking back. I am so, well, who knows what would have happened had that person not given me that warning, because sunset can catch up on you quick, and when you're in the middle of a forest that you don't know, it's good to not get lost in the woods. So set yourself a 15-minute timer so that you know to return to home base before you're completely lost in the woods. If you like this reading, please give this video a like, and you can use the timestamps if you don't want to watch me pick up your reading to jump ahead a couple seconds. Well, given the space weather this week, I decided to break out the channeling package. This should be pretty good. Yeah, that'll do. So if you chose the Egyptian God Group A, your card is Nath, with a message of perseverance. Let me look at this card. Nope, I don't think there's anything on the card itself that would add more to the obvious surface level reading of persevere. Don't give up. This is a week to not quit on yourself, or to not quit on the thing that you told yourself you were going to do, or to not quit on the person that you were telling yourself you would be there for, despite how annoying they could be. I guess that's my Aquarian going for that metaphor. Don't stay in actual toxic relationships, but yeah, this is a week to not give up. Group B with the Angelarium, your angel is, oh, it's a Sephiroth, Malkuth. This is the ground. I know that Malkuth is at the bottom of the tree of life. Give me a second. All right, the aspect of this card that is leaping out to me is how, first of all, like I said, Malkuth is the bottom of the tree, the Kabbalistic tree of life. Also, this giant fella looks like he's made of earth, and I like the floating sphere that's kind of floating as a head. And what I'm getting from this is to focus on being as practical and concrete as you can this week, but don't lose sight of the big vision of what you're trying to do all of this for, almost as if the tiny little speck in the middle of here was a miniature version of this whole thing, you know, that kind of thing. So stay grounded and practical, but also keep the big picture in mind. Good luck finding that balance. Group C, if you chose the archetype, your archetype is the scribe. Very interesting. The light attribute is persevering knowledge, preserving knowledge and information. The dark attribute is altering facts or plagiarizing others' work. So obviously the shadow attribute, I can't imagine a scenario where this applies. If you're surrounded by shady people, you probably know, but I'm gonna focus on the on the preserving knowledge and information. I will go on a small rant here because this is something that I actually spend a lot of time polishing. No matter what you do to take notes, having a key part of a good note-taking system is information retrieval. So if you, first of all, yes, keep good notes, or at least, you know, it's an invitation to lean on your notes, whether you're taking new notes or finding your old notes. I just want to point out the fact that note-taking has two functions. There's the storer and the retriever, and to try to be as gentle to the retriever as you can be when you are storing your notes. And also be, for those of you who are being exposed to this concept for the first time, to be gentle on the storer when you, the retriever, can't find that really specific thing that you did 2 or 3 weeks ago. Group D with the animal, your card is the wasp spirit. Sometimes life stings. Let me stare at this card for a moment. Okay, I get it now. So the invitation here is to not take it too personal not take disappointments too personal. The sometimes life stings, in the context of the readings that I gave, for all three of them, it's pretty clearly that it's it's a warning against letting the slightest slight begin a process where you end up spiraling out of control, and to just take it in stride. In life, you have to care, but not that much. And that is a good note to end on. If you like this video, please give this video a like. Thank you very much for watching. I hope y'all have a great week. A lot of change. Take care. I'll see you soon.